welcome to Present Times on Linux, and today we're going to be looking at FerenOS Experimental, which is based on Plasma and Ubuntu underpinnings, rather than the Mint underpinnings of his previous one. This was part of the Big Daddy Linux challenge from last Sunday morning, my time, Saturday morning in the United States. So, welcome all. And what we'll do is we'll just start this off straight away. Okay, first thing that comes up is asking what language, and we'll be choosing English, of course. And we have a list here of Start FerenOS KDE Experimental. We have it starting no mode set, in verbose mode, check this for any defects, of course, and test memory will boot from hard disk. No mode set is for those with NVIDIA graphics. That seems to come up with a blank screen on certain drivers for some whatever, and you need to know mode set on the grub stanza. So we'll allow this to boot. This is a live USB and it is experimental. I will be expecting some things to go wrong, but what they are I do not know yet. We'll just see if she boots into an OS, and what I will do actually is increase the screen size to a full screen, and we'll see if he has any kind of VirtualBox guest editions installed. So we'll let it boot. We've already come up with the arrow for the mouse cursor there. And we have a welcome screen, which is the Plasma welcome screen, with a little welcome and a circle on the bottom right hand side. Maybe you can put something in the middle, or something like today. As I said, this is experimental and nowhere near finished. So we'll see what happens. Okay, we'll just let this boot up. My hard disk is going, so it hasn't frozen or crashed or anything. Things are really happening. I thought I'd just let you know that instead of just saying, oh, it's got a black screen. Yes, it has, but it hasn't finished loading yet. So when my hard disk stops, I know it's finished loading, and I've ended up with a black screen with a cursor. But it hasn't got to that stage, and we don't. Okay, we've got welcome to this WIP, work in progress. I assume that means, of FerenOS with KDE. Welcome to the experimental experience for FerenOS. It says thank you for helping test the emergency desktop environment, EDE. Okay. For FerenOS, to try and find issues, bugs and other problems with FerenOS and KDE. Due to the early and work in progress nature of this ISO of FerenOS, there is still a lot that could be changed, or that could change, as well as some missing features in there in the KDE experience. Okay, and it's telling us some of the missing features. Theme is missing, OOBE is missing due to being dependent on Thema. Cinnamon to KDE transfer tool uses Thema scripts, so if you've used the Cinnamon version before, you can't transfer those tools over just yet. The Feren window border themes are not included, and Feren theme layout snapshotting. And the documentation is mentioned is just like KDE. Trying to learn how to set defaults for KDE goes as far as FerenOS. Add the changes to the stock KDE experience. Then you'll see what I mean. The irony. Okay. FerenOS local field packs including layouts and possibly more. Okay, and there's some bugs in KDE that is found by changing GTK themes via the system settings applet in KDE. May cause complete system lockup. We'll check for that. And it says latte crashes once the network notification times out. This isn't too much of an issue. However, as the OS relaunches latte for a few crashes all by its own. It needs to reword some of this, I think. KDE resets. Anyway, this was written on the 11th of October. It's a UK Oh, he may be a Brit. I didn't realise that Feren may be actually be a Brit. Ooh, very cool. I'm just noticing the date layout there of the day, month, year rather than month, day, year. And it says there's no slideshows in Calamaris, and the welcome screen's install button will do nout. Will do nothing. Okay. So we'll come to the welcome screen. I won't go into any of the stuff here. Excuse me, on the live, but we have introduction, features, getting started in installation help, download store community, get involved and donate. Okay, that's cool. And it says the install now button won't work on this, so I might as well close this and double click on the installer, and Calamaris is opening up. Okay, first screen, we get the old welcome screen there, and we'll change that to British English because I am British, and we'll change that and click next. Okay, London's been chosen for my region and time zone, and it says the system language will be set to United Kingdom, and the numbers and dates locale will also be set to English United Kingdom. I will leave those as they are. Yeah, it's chosen a United Kingdom keyboard and a default one at that, and I will test this to make sure. Yep, those two keys are in the right places. So excellent. Okay, we'll click next. Okay, we have the partitioning tool here, where it's asking us, do we want to erase the disk? This will delete all data present on the selected storage device, or we can do manual partitioning, where we can create and resize. That's useful for dual booting, but I don't need to do that. Okay, and we can also set where to install the bootloader or not install one at all. If you're really fancying not booting your OS, we can not install one at all. It's actually to add it to others, but we can have it, if you have more than one OS installed, we can install it to the root partition as well. And so you're not overwriting the grub of a previously installed operating system. We'll click next, and it is asking my name, and it's asking me for password, which I will put in. Okay, it's asking me if I want to log in automatically. It's ticked off by default, which is good. No, I don't. I do want to be asked for the password. It's a security thing. I don't like logging in automatically. Okay, so we have set time zone to Europe, London, and the overview here. Keyboard set to UK. Yep. Erasing the disk. Yep. And it's going to create a new MS-DOS partition table rather than the GTP. And yeah, on SDVI, it's going to use all the hard disk space on the XT4, and it will install. And it will install the bootloader on the MBR of SDI. I will now go install quick, and it says there isn't a slideshow, which we expected, because that's what it says. And it says, by the way, thank you for bug hunting. Just let me expand that a bit. There we go. Enjoy the black and white. I think he's tried to put the FerenOS logo along the thingy there, I'm not sure. But it says Calamaris configured by the Ubuntu team, very clear. And it's got SM player there, so it's really just like an experiment installer. Okay, I'm going to have to shrink the screen for a second, so I can pause this while the installer goes away and does its work, and I'm going to make a coffee. Welcome back, and well, welcome back. It's only been a couple of seconds for you, but it's been around about 5 or so minutes for me. And it's asking right now to restart the OS, which I will do. I will click done. It all installed successfully. There was no problems at all. As you did say in the Calamaris like it, there's no thingy, but you could see little green writing scrolling across. It was quite funny. Anyway, asking me to reboot when I press enter, and I'm hoping it will release the ISO from the VirtualBox automatically, as some OSs do. So we will find out in a second whether that is true. and it is, I do believe. And the reason why I believe that is because I haven't come up with a startup screen asking me what to choose. And the hard disk is a Flutter. Yep, I have a little cursor there. Okay, so we are booting into the OS proper, so it did release the ISO for me in VirtualBox. So hopefully the guest editions would have carried over as well. If not, I can always install them. I will pause the video if that is the case. No, the guest editions did install, and I am greeted to a display manager, which look all intents and purposes to me looks like a SDDM, but I could be wrong in I don't know which display manager is using. So without further ado, let's log in. And we'll go through the features. And see what the young man has installed on FerenOS. Okay, so we get this welcome to WLP screen again. It's just reminding us like things are missing, things will crash, etc. as it is experimental. The icon has been deleted from this, so I'm hoping Calamaris has been deleted as well. We do have an update manager here. I won't install anything, but we have the checking asking to create snapshots and security updates and all that kind of business. So that, and it's telling me to set up system snapshots. Yeah, okay. And install updates, refresh, etc. So let me start the refresh off and click. And there is a lot of stuff that needs refreshing, a couple of folders, so I'm just going to minimize out the way. I'm not going to update the system because there may be a lot of updates and I don't really want to do that on video or whatever, so I'll leave that in the taskbar for now, which is just down here by the way, just in case you're wondering. And talking to the taskbar, we'll go across some of these icons here. We have our menu here, which is a very nice little menu indeed. We have Vivaldi browser as a shortcut, we have files, and we have the software manager. Over the other side, we have the update manager in the taskbar, of course, running. We have networks, telling me your battery's fully charged and telling me your volume's at 45%, although I didn't hear any sounds. That could be just because he hasn't got any set up. He has KDE Connect installed, and a keyboard indicator and so on for status notifications. We also have notifications under the clock at the top of the screen, and he's got this wonderful balloon wallpaper with his FerenOS logo there and a work in progress to let us know that it's still in progress. So let's start up the menu here, and under development we have a nice little icon browser. The icon browser is great for looking for different icons, obviously. So anyway, yeah, that's our icon browser to let us know what's what there. We have a new little tool. Under education, we have LibreOffice Math. We'll come back to LibreOffice if it's installed later. Under graphics, we've got a document viewer, creator, LibreOffice Draw, photos, and simple scan. So this looks like events. The logo is of events, I am just saying. So if I click here and about, yep, it is indeed part of the events authors, and it's 3.30.1, and events is the GNOME or GNOME, however you want to pronounce it. I'm English, I pronounce it GNOME as in garden gnome. It's just the way I am. And of course, like it's our little PDF viewer, etc. document viewer. Also under graphics we have Creator. Creator is the paint application, graphics application for KDE, and it seems to be version 4.1.5. As you can see, it's got user manual, source code, etc., and it's powered by KDE. Rather nice little graphical tool this. It's kind of sister to the GIMP. I say sister because they're totally two different projects and they don't share any code base whatsoever, but if you don't have GIMP installed, this will be the other one you will be installing. Okay. Also under graphics, we have LibreOffice Store, we have photos. Photos are a very generic term, so I imagine that's something to do with GNOME again. It is, and it's auto imported some photos from somewhere. I'd like to know where those photos come from. So just let me go to preferences and let's see where. Yeah, import photos to camera, but it doesn't say where. Yeah, and it has some plugins in Facebook, Flickr, etc. YouTube. Okay, very cool. Last import. Okay, and the events, etc. Nice little photo app. Back to graphics. And we have Simple Scan, which is a scanning utility for scanners. I haven't plugged in my scanner or my printer scanner, so can't validate the usefulness, but simple scanning utility to get your documents from hard copy to soft copy. Okay, internet, we have mail, which is just a little mail client there, email client, Pantheon mail. So it uses a Pantheon mail client rather than KDEs or even excuse me. Interesting choice actually. Rather than Thunderbird. There we go. The name come to me eventually. We've got Remina, which is our RDP client, remote desktop, for logging into other remote desktops. Very cool. Is there a about version? Yes, there is. And it's 1.2.3, 1.4 getting available. Okay, fair enough. So, go back to internet. We have the Vivaldi browser. Okay, let's boot up Mr. Vivaldi. I see that I have Remina still in there, so we'll quit that. Okay, we got the welcome screens here. Let me just throw off the welcome screens and let me restart it. I'll start that from the click launcher button at the bottom. Okay, there we go. Because I just like to get through things quickly, you know. And over here, do we have toggle? No. What is that? Toggle extensions. Okay, there's no extension installed. And this is the Vivaldi browser, of course. And let's see if I can go to settings and see if there's an about screen somewhere. No, I'm just looking for the about screen. Is there one on this? I don't believe so. But I could actually open up a... Oh, here we go. Help. About. That had to be somewhere, didn't it? Why didn't I look in the right place? Okay, it's 2.0.1.1039. Okay, very cool. And of course it's Linux and Vivaldi and all that business. Okay, let's close that out. Also under internet we have a web browser and it's cut off, but it isn't highlighting what else it says. It's a web browser manager. Okay, and it's asking me for my password, so let's put in my password. Will that open? Oh, it's an installer for other web browsers such as Firefox, Chrome, as you can see. Web, I'm not even quite sure what that is, but it's probably GNOME's web. Chromium, of course, Opera and Bravo. Rather cool little utility. I'm not going to be installing any browsers today on this video. What else do we have? Yeah, on internet. That's done. Okay, under multimedia we have Cheese. Cheese is a webcam app. And it's saying no devices found because I haven't got any. And that's going to be the KDE version, but yep. Okay, yep, it's just a little web browser. I can't tell you what version of choose it is because I can't see how. No, that's nothing there. That's just the normal Plasma window. Okay, under multimedia also we have pulse audio volume control, of course, where you can configure your sound cards to your heart's delight. There we go, working perfectly, nothing wrong with that at all. I'm actually going through this just to see if anything doesn't open or crash or not behave as such. We have VLC player, which is a really nice kick-ass player. Let's see which version we have in here. We are on 3.0.4 Veterinary. Apologies for any Italian speakers through my butcher of that. It sounded Italian to me, Veterinary. Anyway, yep, we have that. Awesome media player. Plays more or less anything you were likely to throw at it. And that's that for multimedia. Now for Office, we have a calendar application. It's probably known calendar, and it is a geolocation. No, I don't want to sing it, but yep, geolocation. Let's have a look. No, that doesn't tell me anything. Does that one there? It does, and there's an about button. Calendar 3.3.0. It comes in no warranty whatsoever. No, it's just bringing up today's date. Cool. It's only October 29th, this is November 21st here, but that isn't wrong, it's just the icon used. Anyway, close. And it don't want to close after I do that, but it does buy the eggs. Okay. I thought I was going to have trouble closing that and having to click some other way. Also on the Office, we've seen events. We got LibreOffice. We got the base, calc, draw. We got Impress, Math, and Writer. Let me bring up Writer here. Writer's normally quite quick at writing. Aha. Okay, let's have a look at the help about. And it's 6.1.2.1 Ubuntu. Okay. Very cool. And it opened in fairly quick time. So I can't complain over that. So that's for us for Office. Let me have a look under settings. We have the firewall configuration, which is possibly the easy version. Input method, of course. We have a login window. Manage base. It says I'm okay. So that's for his own work. Very cool. Got software sources. We have Synaptic, of course. Synaptic is a very excellent software installer for Debian based and PC Linux OS actually uses Synaptic. As you can see, we've got all the packages there that can be installed, etc. I just want to see if HTOP's in there. HTOP is in there. Okay, so this is saying it's got all these updates here, but I'm not going to update all these today. So let me close that. And I will mark that for installation because I do want to install HTOP. We'll click apply and apply. It shouldn't take too long. Okay, we'll close that out now. So, Synaptic working as it should. No problems whatsoever there. I seem to have blanked out the screen here. Okay, yeah, we have Synaptic. We have system settings. System settings, of course, is KDE system settings, where we can change wallpapers, themes, and all that kind of business. workspace themes, window management. You could easily get lost in here, but once you do find yourself around in here, it really isn't that much of an issue. It really isn't. I prefer to have a lot of configurability than none at all, as in other DEs, but that is just me personally. People just like to live in a DE that, oh, it works, leave it alone, and that is all fine. I'll be looking at wallpapers in a bit by right clicking the screen. Anyway, moving on. System. We have a decomp editor. We have the driver manager for those who need the proprietary drivers for their hardware. That will bring down whatever you need, whether it be NVIDIA drivers or whatever. Gpod is a partitioning tool. We have htop. Now this is something I just installed, and I want to see what it's taking up. Okay, it's taken 1.0.8 gig up. Let me see if there is something running in the background that shouldn't be, because that is a bit heavy, my old chap. What I will do, actually, in fairness to this, is reboot it soon, because maybe something is running in the background that I didn't notice before. Okay, we've got the info center. The info center is KDE's. It's Plasma's K info center. So let's turn this what kind of hardware we're on, software we're on, memory allocation, all that business. I won't go through it all. That seems to work quite well. We also got case syslog, as I'll call it, case syslog. We've got log and window again, manage base again, synaptic again, welcome screen, new update manager. Okay, that's what I'll call, and we have console. Let me go back to console because I just want to check something here. Oops, I can't type it. I just noticed something really strange happening when I typed that then. Anyway, you know, mate, it's 4.18.0, and I just noticed on console, you see the white cursor in the middle. As I was typing, yeah, it is. It's actually moving away from what I'm typing. I mean, I can't type anyway for love or money, but yeah, that is very strange. Yeah, that is weird. I agree. Okay, fine, no problem. What else have we got? That was it for there. Okay, anyway, utilities. Utilities, we have a little calculator. And it looks like NOM calculator. And it is 3.30.1. Yeah, it's part of the GNOME bunch of apps. Calculator. They do like their generic terms, just GNOME or GNOME. I'm going to call it GNOME from now on. We have clocks, which is probably world clocks. It is. It's asking me. Yep. I'm not going to ask it for my location, but still, world clocks there, and timers and so on. We have files. Okay, that's interesting. Files on KDE. Oh, whatever works, I guess. This is interesting indeed. I'm not quite sure which version of files this is. I should find out, or I can find out, I guess. Probably casual or something. Looks a bit like Nautilus actually, but I'm not quite sure which version he is using. But that's fine. Files work. What else do we have here? We have Latte. He did complain that Latte crashes, and I can't even see it boot there. I say boot, I mean startup. Those are interchangeable for me. Drag it up by the bootstrap, so I'll just leave that alone. We have maps. which is GNOME Maps. Yep. Clear that notification there, and there's interesting the way it's loading. There we go. Can we scroll a bit closer to the United Kingdom? We can. Oh, I didn't mean to double click that time. Now we can move the maps around and it all gets in. There we go. I live on this little island down here. So no, Maps is working quite well. I won't go in too far. Excuse me. And I notice it's Netherlands and Amsterdam. Yep. Belgium over there, France. Very cool. Spectacle is our screenshot. There we go. For screenshots, and you can change different places to capture. Rather cool utility screenshot. It is the KDE app. It's rather cool. I think it's the KDE version anyway. We have our text editor. Hello, what do we have here? Is it Z? It looks like Z. Which I'm pretty sure it's XFCE, is it not? I could be wrong in that, but yep. Z, nice little text editor there. And finally, but no means least, is Xpad. And it says, welcome to Xpad, my friend. And it tells us all different kinds of stuff here. Okay, it's showing high and styling and all that kind of business. And the biggest one I need to know is how to quit it, and it seems to be Control Q, which is very cool. So you can type in your notes, you see, and whatever. So Control Q. Right, that's been a very quick overview of FerenOS, and so far nothing broke on me. Thumbs up. I haven't done any updates though, so they may break. I am not quite sure on that. I'd have to go off camera, update and come back. I'll probably will at a later date after he's done some more work on it. But so far this is quite impressive. Before I do go, let's see what wallpapers are installed. Because I did say I would have a look at his wallpapers. No, oh, he's got some rather nice choices of wallpaper here. Let's wait for the thumbnails to catch up. Actually, I quite like that one here. Actually, that's quite nice, that one. So look. That's very pretty. There's some really nice wallpapers here. Although if I was going to have a dark one like that, we've got a light theme, dark theme, it makes a nice contrast. Okay, so the wallpaper seems to be working. Now the only thing I missed, is there anything I missed? I need to have a look. Especially down in the settings or system. We do have a software manager there. Is that the software manager generating cache? Ah, so this is the software store. I know I've missed something, and you know your mind goes, hey Ali, you forgot something there, kid. What are you doing? So let it generate a cache. It seems to be a bit like the GNOME. I'm not quite sure which version of the it is, but we'll do the about it anyway. Yeah, Mint install. Okay, it's the Mint installer package manager. Okay, that's cool. So he's bought that, and it's got flat packs. Rather cool. Although I thought this game is Snapd, but I may be wrong in that. So look at Flatpaks, and we can download the Flatpaks for Discord and Atom and all that kind of business. Very cool. Anyway, that about wraps it up for this one. It's not bad, Feren. You've done alright, man. You get an A for that. Yes, there are little things that you need to tidy up, and this is only experimental. And you got some interesting software choices. No Dolphin for the file manager, so on. You have your reasons, I'm sure. In fact, I'm quite sure you said a couple of your reasons in the Telegram group on Fidelity Linux. I'll have a look at that later, of course. But so far, I'm quite impressed with what you've done here, lad. I've got to admit, from one ISO to make it to another, this is quite impressive. Anyway, with that, I will bid you all good night, and I just want to thank all my subscribers and my Patreons, of course. I have Derek, Michael, and Robert, I believe. Although I'll probably just got that wrong, and I'm going to get a kick in. Anyway, I do apologise if I got any of that wrong. And good night, God bless, and we'll see you soon. Have a fantastic day.